Hi, this is my Let's Play for XCon's Ultimate Rip-Off mod. This is a total conversion for Fallout Tactics. I don't know if you've played Fallout Tactics, so let me tell you what it is quickly. After Fallout 1 and 2, a different company made a version of Fallout which was essentially the game stripped from most of its RPG elements, and it focused on going through the Brotherhood of Steel style missions from an initiate right to the top, and it was more based on the tactical element of the game. I've played Fallout Tactics right through to the end a number of times. I've played with another mod called the Awaken mod when it was still quite young, and that was a pretty good mod, pretty funny at least. So I'm actually excited to see what this one is. Essentially what it says it does is it adds a number of RPG elements and random encounters and open world stuff back into the game. Well, it's actually extra content created by modders, and it keeps the Brotherhood missions intact, so you're still playing the original storyline. As you can see here, well, as you can't see here, it's frozen up. Oh, there we go. It says restricted, and you can read that. Sadistic, graphic violence, bizarre, sexual nudity, and stuff like that. Yeah, there's a disclaimer on the mod page saying it's pretty messed up, so I'm going to see if it's that messed up or not. I don't really care, but I hope it's executed well. Let's see some gory rubbish. But to be honest, I've got a good feeling about this. I think it'll be quite fun and decently written, so let's jump in. So part of the mod instructions were pick a blank character and modify it. Also choose tough guy, and apparently tough guy doesn't even work like tough guy. I can still save and everything. So my favorite portrait isn't even in here, which pretty annoys me, so I'm going to use him instead. I'm moving black hair, bit of a tan, and white other parts. It's kind of got that camo theme going. Right, on to statting. So, let's see. I watched a couple of videos, the ultimate, way to stat a certain type of build, and I'm going to be going for a big gun build. So, I just want to shoot a lot of stuff. This game, in the original, I don't know what he's done with the modding version, so it might be this is completely useless now. But in the original, once you get to the end, small guns are pea shooters. Nothing but big guns is really useful, in my opinion, to take down later enemies. So the probability, or rather, it's in the game mechanics to make these impossible enemies. So yeah, I'm going to have something to shoot impossible enemies with. Okay, so, big gun build. First thing I'm going to go with is Gifted, because I always like to go with Gifted. The stats are bloody hard to get in this game. It lowers your skill rate, but yeah, I'm Gifted. So, your primary statistics are each +1, so essentially you get another 7 free statistic points, and you get less skills, and 5 less skills per level, and -10 at the beginning. But my skill rate is still pretty good because my intelligence just went up 1. Anyway, singers, I'm going to go with big guns. Well, the whole point of a minigun is you don't aim, so I'm going to make it shoot faster, make my guy a much faster shot at the expense of not being able to aim. Look, if I'm shooting a minigun at someone, I don't care if I'm hitting their head. I've got plenty of bullets. One will reach the head eventually. Although I have to admit, I love things like this. But, they don't play well in Fallout Tactics. So, anyway. Okay, so he's going to be a shooty guy. Let's get his perception up. I'm going to give him high charisma. That's so we can get a certain perk later on. Let me go and I'll get into that. So intelligent, decent, and agility has to be high because that gives you more action points. And luck, it's better than average. I like better than average. Great. Okay, so we've got big guns. I'm gonna give him Doctor, because in a pinch, you want this skill on your character. And now, I was really at a loss as to what to give him after this. I want to give him traps, but whoever gets traps, whoever's your demo guy, they can blow up like a lot. And I kind of want to let people die in this playthrough. I might, go back to my horrible ways of scum saving and make sure nobody dies. But I'm going to try and let people die, so I'm on edge all the time. Probably not going to work. Anyway, for that reason, he's not getting traps. I am going to make him have a lockpick, because I want all the things, everywhere. All of the things. Like, no. I'm going to have everything. Thank you very much. So, really, in this case, I think this is his weakest, the biggest hole here is that he's got low endurance, which means he can die, which sucks. Let me tell you a little about. Okay. So my guy's called HELLION. Giving him a little backstory. And he grew up in the wastelands, horrible wastelands of wherever you are. I forget, some kind of desert somewhere in America after the bombs. And he was part of a tribal village. But one day, gifted kid. As you can see here, he's gifted. One day he stumbles across an MP3 player. He doesn't know what it is. And somehow the headphones were intact. Let's say they were in a case somewhere when he was out scavenging in the wilderness. And, opened this locked chest, and there were batteries packaged and hadn't leaked, and all that chemical power still worked after hundreds of years after a nuclear explosion. And he managed to, yes, batteries on an MP3 player, I said it. But, he puts in these things which look like they should go in your ears. I don't know how he does it. Ears in. He's quite intelligent, so he figures out, how to hit play, and eventually, blasting at him through the silence of the irradiated desert, this glorious sound of Eminem. Yeah. So that's the first music, apart from bongos and tribal music that he's ever heard, and it was glorious. And whoever it was who initially owned this MP3 player had all of Eminem's work. So, with a little energy he has in the form of these batteries, he listens to every song Eminem ever sung, and he listens to them over and over again, and he learns every word, and he writes them down, he writes down every single word, because he's worried, will this beautiful thing go away? And eventually, he's like, every Eminem lyric, he's written them all down, and, the MP3 player dies, and it's gone. So he goes back to his village. He knows all about rap battling and freestyling. Goes back to his village, and he's not very good. He says, yo, I'm in an irradiated desert, cause that's what, yo, it's a desert, and I'm like hesitant, yo, and he's already not that good, and also they're tribal people who never heard Eminem before and have no concept of a freestyle battle. Their village sort of didn't get the memo, so that doesn't work out for him, poor guy. So he hangs his head. He's a nice guy. Oh, by the way, his name, Little Hellions, starting rebellions. He had the word hell in it, which he had heard. So he's Hellion now. That was his rapper name. But he's not going to make it as a rapper, so he sets forth into the wasteland in shame, because everyone's looking at him funny in the village now. Yeah. So the Brotherhood of Steel find him, and that's where we'll kick off. He's been recruited by the Brotherhood of Steel, and he's gonna make it at something as Hellion. He's gonna make it at kicking ass and taking names. Okay, so that was my overcomplicated backstory and my character creation. Part 2 will be me actually playing, so I hope you enjoy that. Yeah, see you in part 2. Thanks for watching.